Sup. That wasn't how I wanted to start it, but it's done now, so we're gonna go with it. So I'm very aware that the last time I made a vlog was 2019. You know, back in the olden days, before the plague and the end of civilization, you know, times were different. My hair was much longer. We've all grown and changed. You may be sitting there and wondering, where the hell are you? What's all this chaos in the back? I've moved. I've actually moved so many times since then. Too many times for it to have only been like 4 years. It's too many moves. So why am I here talking to you today? Well, aside from the hair, another thing that has changed about me is that I fixed my teeth. Finally, after years of hating my crooked, gross teeth, I finally got braces and my smile is straight and white. I'm only one of those things. I'll let you guess which one. Anyway, I had my braces for about 6 months, 5-6 months, and I got them off in April. So I thought I should come on here and talk about it. I initially was going to do that sort of immediately, but then I didn't, because life happened and I got COVID. I got long COVID. Firstly, I got COVID asymptomatic at some point, then I got long COVID, then I kind of recovered from long COVID, but then got regular COVID again, and I'm now recovering from that bout of COVID. So, you know, life is great. But anyway, while I didn't share my teeth straightening process on YouTube, I did in fact keep a record of it on my TikTok. Yes, I have TikTok, even though I am an old lady, and it you know, is supposed to be for the children. I found the kind of like gay old people niche, and I'm loving it there. I'm having a good time. So this video will mostly just be a compilation of my TikToks about my whole braces and teeth process, but I will be popping in occasionally as I edit. It's literally what I'm doing now. I'm editing it. So I will be popping in occasionally just to like make comments or correct things that I said or give some more context, and then I'll be here at the end to kind of talk about my overall feelings about the process, and, you know, pros and cons. And so basically, if you are considering getting braces, specifically Invisalign, which is what I did, stick around till the end and I will tell you whether or not I recommend it. Spoiler alert, I do, but with an asterisk at the end. Like, there's things to consider. So yes, without further ado, here is my TikTok Invisalign journey. So here we are at day 1 of my Invisalign journey. Here's me leaving the dentist after getting my trays, my very first set. So I chose to go with Invisalign for my braces, and that's mainly because I could do it through my own dentist, which is Wexford Dental Clinic. If any of you are interested, I would highly recommend them. They're really, really lovely. So my dentist, Dr. Rebecca, I'd had several consultations with her. She made me feel really at ease with the whole process. Here's a cute dog. Try not to get too distracted. Dr. Rebecca really put me at ease with the whole process. I had a consultation, I got my teeth molded, the trays got put in today. As you can see, they come with a little Invisalign carry case for when you have to take them out. So basically you wear them 22 hours a day and you only take them out when you eat. So here's me after dinner, really thoroughly cleaning my teeth before putting the trays back in. Now, putting the trays back in, firstly getting them out was a little bit fiddly. I'm sure I'll get better at it as I go on. And putting them back in was a little bit of a trial. As you can see here, I tried to put the bottom tray on my top teeth, and obviously it didn't fit. I did get it in eventually, and it went on fine. I had a little bit more trouble with the top tray. As you can see, my top teeth are quite crooked. That's mainly what I'm trying to correct. So putting it back in was actually a little bit painful. And ever since putting it back in, it has felt quite tight. But that's to be expected. Your teeth can feel quite uncomfortable, and as I say, this is only the first day, so I'm still getting used to the process. So it hurts a little bit, but overall I'm pretty happy and I'm excited for this whole process. So, quick Invisalign update. This is day 3, and I wanted to reply to this comment. This is actually my dentist, Rebecca. She's amazing. You should go follow her if you're interested in Invisalign or any kind of dentistry, anything like that. One of the things actually which I didn't say in my original video, which I wanted to kind of highlight, is one of the reasons I was so confident in starting Invisalign with Dr. Rebecca is that she actually uses Invisalign herself. And I feel like when someone uses the treatment themselves and then is advising other people use it, you're more confident in their opinion because they actually have first-hand experience with it. So would definitely recommend her. In terms of this, so much less painful today. I'm definitely getting the hang of taking them in, taking them out. So all going well. I will have more updates shortly. Invisalign week 2, and I didn't film myself putting in my new trays this morning. Wasn't feeling great, so instead I took myself on a little self-care walk along the beach, which I'm very lucky to live near. It was actually a lot easier than I expected getting the second set of trays in. It was sort of immediately tighter, so it was back to that sort of tightness and uncomfortable feeling that it was when I first got the trays last week. I can't believe it's been 8 days already. It really feels like longer. I've really gotten used to them really quickly. So like and follow for more. Here we are, Invisalign week 3. So this is me just after breakfast this morning, brushed my teeth really thoroughly, as I always do before putting in my trays. And as you'll see in a minute here, I am starting a new set of trays for this week. So if you don't know anything about Invisalign, basically you put in a different set of trays each week and they're very slowly moving your teeth, much like regular train track braces would. Only, a lot less visible. So as you can see here, I have really gotten the hang of putting them in. If you compare this to my first video, I'm just putting them in really quickly and easily, even though these are a new set that are tighter. I had a little bit of tightness during the day, but compared to last week and the week before, they're not nearly as painful, so I think my mouth is really getting used to them. So it's all great. Please like and follow for more.
Invisalign WK4.
So here we are, week 4. This is a little Invisalign update / get ready with me. Here's the new set of aligners. As you can see, each week they're just getting easier and easier to put in, and I'm kind of learning techniques to get them in quickly. This set was actually a little bit more painful than last week. Not immediately, actually. When I put them in, it was really easy, didn't really feel anything at all, but as the day went on, they did get a little bit uncomfortable. So today I was in town doing some last minute Christmas shopping, trying to get all my last bits and pieces. And if this was like pre-pandemic days, I would have been doing a lot more makeup than this, but it just, I've really gotten out of the habit, and it just seems kind of pointless to do myself up to go out in the rain to do some shopping these days. So I'm just putting on a really simple NYX mascara and a Burt's Bees tinted lip balm, and putting on a hat to cover up my greasy ass hair. As you can see here, I tried to put it on one-handed, which did not work for obvious reasons. And I used 2 hands like a regular person, and it worked out fine. Little fit check, did my little wannabe influencer moment, and felt very silly. So I think the look kind of came together. I like it. Teeth are looking good. Hello! Quick update. It is week 4, day 3. Yeah, day 3. Just had a checkup at the dentist. All looking good. The lovely Dr. Rebecca is very happy with my progress. So yeah, I once again would recommend Wexford Dental Clinic. I still can't talk properly because of them, but I'll take it. Would recommend Wexford Dental Clinic to anyone who wants to get their teeth fixed, because they're just so lovely in there. So yeah, that's all. Going well.
Invisalign week 5.
Folks, it is only Monday and I am already having the worst week imaginable, so that's fun. The good news is that these week's aligners went in super easily, probably the easiest any of them have gone in. They fit really well, they don't hurt so far at all today, so that's good news. So it's been almost exactly a month now since I first got my first set of trays, and I didn't think I would be able to see a difference so early, but actually looking at my teeth now, I feel like I can visibly see that they're a little bit straighter. They're definitely looking more like what I want them to look like. So that's great, and I'm just feeling really positive about Invisalign, even though I'm having a crappy week. I had to move the camera and I can't get it back in the same... Ah! Alright, if any of you wanted proof that I could never be a professional YouTuber, it's me, like, mid-filming, just knocking the camera off the tripod. That's great. So yeah, that was the first month of me doing Invisalign. One thing I do notice from those videos, which is not teeth related, is that audio mixing is really hard on TikTok. All of them sound terrible. It's so bad. I have a media degree and my video shouldn't sound that bad, but it just... Ugh. It's weird watching it back and seeing just how crooked my teeth were. I'd kind of forgotten, because I've gotten so used to the way my teeth are now that seeing, you know, in that very first video they're just like that, you know. It's bonkers how much they've changed and how quickly they change as well. That was the thing about the whole process that was amazing but also kind of surreal, was just how quickly my teeth transformed. And I will go into that in a bit more detail towards the end, but let's try and soldier through and get through the rest of these videos.
So I was gonna do my usual thing. You know, I didn't film this morning when I put my new set of trays in, but I was gonna wait and do it like after lunch or dinner or whatever. No. I'm too miserable, I can't. These are without a doubt the most painful trays I've had so far. Sort of immediately when I put them in, they were very tight and uncomfortable, and I thought, okay, that'll wear off during the day. And it has not. It's gotten worse. And trying to eat is absolute torture. It's really painful. So I am just not up to, like, filming the whole process of brushing my teeth, and because brushing my teeth is painful as well, which is fun. So I'm not up to filming the whole process and going, oh, look at me, I'm doing braces. No, I'm having a fucking terrible day. So that's week 6. To be fair, they look really good. Like, my teeth are looking more and more like I want them to be looking, but it's just not fun. So yeah, that's week 6. Happy New Year! Quick Invisalign update. I got a little bit dressed up, even though I'm not going anywhere, because, you know, it's New Year's, I want to dress up. Put on some lipstick, put on a dress. Came in to touch up my lipstick. It's NYX, I love it. And I checked my teeth, and there's lipstick on them. And I was like, okay, that's fine. I went to brush my teeth and, like, try and clean off the trays, and it's not coming off. It's not coming off, so... Thankfully my new trays are going in on Monday, but I'm just gonna look like this for the next several days. So if you do Invisalign or any kind of invisible braces and you're wearing a good lipstick, just be aware that it can potentially stain your trays, because it just... Oh my god, it came off. Okay, never mind. It wouldn't come off with a toothbrush, but it came off with my finger.
Good morning, everybody. This is Invisalign week 7. So if you've seen my previous video, you'll know that my week 6 aligners actually gave me a lot of trouble. They were quite painful. They did ease up towards the end of the week, but that was only within the last day or two. However, as you'll see in this video, the week 7 trays went in absolutely no problem. So far they've given me no pain at all, so we'll just see as the day goes along if they get painful, but so far so good. So I realised I actually haven't shown you my teeth without the trays in them, so here they are. As you can see, these little buttons on the side of my teeth are actually made from tooth filling material, like that little cement the dentists use, and they're put there in order to help keep the trays on, so they'll just click into place. And once I'm done completely with the trays and the whole process is over, those will be removed by the dentist and they won't leave any marks or anything. You can see here I'm putting in my week 7 trays, same as usual. I do this process now 3 or 4 times a day, so I have gotten pretty speedy at it. As you will see if you go back and watch my very first video, I had a lot of trouble with it, but now it's really easy. Here I am with the trays on, and if you look closely you can see where the buttons are holding on the trays.
Okay, it's not technically an update because I have no new information to provide you. But I was looking at old photos earlier. I can't remember what I was doing. I was like looking through Instagram or something I was trying to find a photo to send to my friend. It doesn't matter. Anyway, the point is I was looking at old photos. I was just looking at my teeth going, God, my teeth look awful. Then I came after dinner to brush my teeth and put my trays back in, looking at my teeth. They look so good. Look at my teeth. They're so straight. Like, I know you guys, like, I never showed you guys my teeth, like, fully, like, before the whole process. Because why would I? I don't just go around showing my teeth to people. But, like, look at how straight they are. I'm not even done yet. And I'm already so much happier with them. Oh, it's the best. The pain is worth it. I'm so happy.
Invisalign, week 8.
So, as you've probably already guessed, I am not at home. I am currently up in Dublin staying with my very dear friend Micah. I don't know how much I've talked about this on here, but I'm actually in the middle of doing a postgraduate degree in adult education. So I am up in Dublin doing postgrad things and generally being very stressed and minded by my lovely friend. Week 7 was a breeze for my teeth. It was really easy, no pain at all. Putting the trays in this week, they were a little tight again, but nowhere near as bad as week 6. Week 6, the week that shall not be named because it was so painful. After this week, I have 2 more weeks and 2 more sets of trays before I have another checkup with my dentist. I don't know what Dr. Rebecca's going to say, but I personally am incredibly happy with my progress.
Invisalign, week 9.
And here we are, week 9. I cannot get over the amount of progress my teeth have made in the last 9 weeks. It's been crazy. My teeth are so much straighter and I'm just so much more confident with them now than I ever was before. I didn't really have any issues with my week 8 aligners. There was a little bit of discomfort that first day, but other than that they were completely fine. It was pretty much the same today. A little bit uncomfortable when I put them in, but that pain went away really, really quickly and basically just got on with it. It was like they weren't there. So I would be interested to hear from you guys how you are getting on with your Invisalign if you're doing it. If you're thinking of doing it, ask me any questions. I'm happy to answer them.
Invisalign, week 10.
And here we are on another Monday morning. So on Friday, I had another appointment with my dentist. Dr. Rebecca was really happy with the progress I've made. And so, all going well, I will only have 6 more weeks of treatment and then I'll be done. You can see me here putting in my week 10 trays. They went in no bother at all, just snapped right into place. However, the top tray was quite tight. It's still feeling quite tight now, a little bit uncomfortable. Nowhere near as bad as it has been on some other weeks, so I think that'll probably go away by the end of the day. But yeah, that was the only real discomfort this week. And it's all okay because my cat cheered me up. So like and follow for more.
Invisalign, week 11.
This morning I woke up, I took my meds, and then I fell back asleep. I slept through my therapy session and woke up to emails. I ate 2 bowls of cereal and an old stale croissant. Today did not start well, but things had to be done. And so I brushed my teeth, and I did all the things I have to do to put in my new aligners. In March, I'm gonna be 29, and I feel like at this stage I should be better at taking care of myself. But the truth is, taking care of yourself, no matter what age you are, can be really hard. Some days, taking care of yourself looks like this. It looks like waking up late and making apologies. It looks like eating crap food, but at least eating. It looks like putting in plastic trays that hurt your teeth, but ultimately make them better. So today, this is what taking care of myself looks like. Like and follow for more.
Invisalign, week 12.
Well, last week was a wee bit of a downer, wasn't it? Things are not necessarily, like, a huge amount better this week, but I'm certainly having a better Monday than I did last week. As for my new trays, again, the top one was quite tight. It is still now a little bit painful, but I'm sure that'll ease up by tomorrow. The last one did. I continue to be absolutely delighted by my results. I mean, it's 12 weeks in and my teeth are so much straighter and more like what I want them to look like. So overall, I'm really happy.
Invisalign, week 13. Valentine's Day edition.
Happy Valentine's Day to all my girls, gays and theys. As a very special treat, you get to see me in a towel, and it's a pink towel because it's Valentine's Day. Thematic, way. So as you can see here, I just got out of the shower. I do very little to my hair. I just put a little bit of mousse in it, desperately try to get it to curl. So that's what you can see me doing here. I probably don't have the best, hair product technique. Don't come for me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying my best. As you all know, if you've been watching this series, I've been having a rough couple of weeks. But this week's looking a lot better. And as if it was like a sign of that, my week 13 trays went in really, really easily. I haven't had any pain at all so far today, so that's a good sign. Nice little Valentine's Day present from the universe. So I just wanted to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day, whether you celebrate it or not. If you're feeling sad and lonely, just remember, so am I, but at least my teeth are straight.
Invisalign, week 14.
Hello, and welcome to my 14th week of Invisalign. I had a little bit of tightness today, nothing too major, and when I'm recording this now, it's already eased off, so it's actually been fine. All going well with the dentist, I should only have 2 more weeks of trays after this one. I can't believe how quick this whole process has been. I was kind of resigning myself to the fact that it would take a lot longer, but I'm really, really happy with my progress. Now, I'm not going to show you week 15 for one very specific reason. Actually, two very specific reasons. And that is because I don't know how I didn't realize this when I was filming it, but my nipples are so prominent. It's ridiculous. I wasn't wearing a bra because I'd just gotten up, which is usually, that's the case in most of these videos, but for some reason in this particular t-shirt, it's nipple city, and frankly, I think that would violate YouTube's terms and conditions. So just take my word for it. There was a week 15. Let's just carry on. We'll skip to week 16. We're skipping forward in time.
Invisalign
Good morning!
week 16.
It is the 7th of March, the day before my 29th birthday. And I am on my very last set of trays. Now, because of how scheduling worked out, I will actually be wearing these trays for 2 weeks before I go to my dentist for my last checkup. All going well, she'll be happy with my progress, and that will be the end of my Invisalign journey. Hooray! To be fair, I was actually expecting this process to be a lot more annoying than it is. I've actually found the whole thing, like, really easy and mostly pain-free, which means I can focus on fun things like painting.
Invisalign week. Whatever.
Hello everyone, and welcome to what is essentially my very last Invisalign appointment. Today I officially got my braces off. You can see me here looking very glamorous, getting fitted for my retainer. Afterwards, I just could not stop looking at my teeth, touching them. As you can see, the buttons that were holding on the Invisalign trays have all been filed off. You can see here behind my teeth I've got a tiny little metal bar on the top and on the bottom that just holds the teeth in place. I have one more appointment to get my whitening done, and that's it! My teeth are done! I'm so excited. Tiny quick Invisalign update. I felt like having stubble for it. I'm currently wearing my retainer, which I wear at night. At the moment I'm whitening my teeth, so I just fill that up with the whitening solution. I wear it as I sleep. When I get up, I rinse out my mouth, I brush my teeth, get the stuff off it. It's all good. That's not the issue. The issue is I also have, you're not gonna be able to see it on my top teeth for a very important reason, but on my bottom teeth you can kind of see there's a little metal bar. One on the bottom, one on the top to keep the teeth in place. All fine, no, like completely pain-free putting it in. Slight issue has arisen where the top one became a little bit loose, and this happened yesterday on Saturday. So I called the dentist, they were already closed, so I left a message just saying, hey, this thing's come loose, I need to come in someday soon and get it reattached. Wasn't a big issue, wasn't worried about it. Then today, I bit into a slice of toast. Like not hard, wasn't eating like an apple or something really crunchy. Bit into a slice of toast, and the whole thing like came off and detached. It was like hanging out of my mouth and stopping my lip. So I called the dentist again in a panic, and because it's Sunday, obviously no one answered, but I left another message going, I really need to get this fixed. And then when I was having dinner, the whole thing just came off completely. So it's actually fine now, like I don't have anything up there, but it's not like irritating me, it's not an immediate urgent problem. But I am gonna get on to the dentist tomorrow and just find out when I can get that reattached. So slight issue, but you know, nothing incredibly concerning. Yeah, other than that, I'm still very happy with my Invisalign smile. I think the stubble really adds to it. I should grow some of my own. So that's what's going on with my teeth. Hello, quick teeth update. I thought I'd come to you from the past. So I talked to the dentist today, and they very kindly squeezed me in at the very end of the day when they should have been closed and going home, so I'm very grateful for that. Thank you, Dr. Rebecca, all the staff in Wexford Dental Clinic. So it's fixed. It took a bit of work. But it's fixed now. I got a new bar put in. It's all good. And if there's any more issues, I'll just go back. I think it should be fine. I'm feeling pretty secure. It's a bit tender. Yeah, I'm trying to see. Can I show you? No, I would have to put my phone in my mouth, and I just feel like that's veering too much into fetish territory. I would probably get banned, which we don't want. So yes, that is the Invisalign update. Retainer thing repaired. Everything's good. Yeah, so I'm happy, and I'm gonna start filming all of my videos in black and white because I think I look really fucking good. I hope your Monday's going well, and that you all didn't also have to spend like an hour and a half in the dentist.
So you might be thinking, oh, little mishap, your retainer broke once. No, it happened again. It happened, 2 months ago now? What month is it? It's August. Oh god, it's August. Oh god. So yeah, I think it was May or June or whatever month it was, a time previous to this. I was out for lunch with the family and I bit into a sandwich, much in the same way that happened, the first time when I bit into some toast. I think the retainer bar just doesn't like bread. Maybe it's carb shaping me. That's what it's doing. I've solved it. Yeah, bit into a sandwich and just immediately peeled away, and there was like a little bit of metal just like sticking out of my mouth. So literally as I was sitting there in that cafe, I just pulled out my phone and I just called the dentist and I was like, it's happened again, can you see me? The issue, I think, the reason I keep having issues, well, knock on wood, that will be the last time, but the reason I had so many issues with my retainer bar specifically, I think, is because this tooth here, and this is where it keeps coming loose, this tooth here on the inside is kind of curved and like hooked around. So it's not a flat surface that the bar can just rest on, like there's a bit of a gap. So initially, the first time it was put on kind of molded to that shape, but it meant that it was kind of sitting weird and then it came loose. The second time, Dr. Rebecca, because it's like a weird kind of gap, she put it on where it wasn't quite touching the tooth, there was a little gap behind. And I reckon what happened is because, food would get stuck in there, and so I'd have to like really go at it to clean it and get it clean, and I reckon that's what just loosened it up, and then the sandwich was the final straw and it came loose. So this time when she was repairing it, it's kind of the same positioning as before. It's a little bit away from the tooth, but she, with kind of tooth filling material, kind of filled in the gap, so it feels really sturdy. So again, knock on wood, I don't think I'm gonna have any further problems with it. So those two bars on the top teeth and the bottom teeth, they're on all the time. It takes a little bit of getting used to, just because there's a metal thing in your mouth all the time, but overall it's fine. Then in addition to those permanent retainers, I also have a nighttime retainer that I wear, which is essentially just a slightly larger version of the Invisalign plastic trays. I also had to get that replaced because the first one, I don't know what was going on, but the first one I just gnawed through. I guess in my sleep I was grinding my teeth, and so the plastic covering part on the canines here just had holes in it. It was just fully worn away. And after a really short time, after like 2 months, this was worn away. And I brought it into Dr. Rebecca and I was like, is this normal? And she kind of looked at me and she went, no, that's really bad. So they had to remold my teeth again and make new trays, which I did have to pay extra for in the end, which is, I think, fair enough, because you can't really be including in the price the weird patient who just like is gnawing away. It hasn't happened since. So I don't know what was going on there, but the current ones are fine. No gnawing issues. So I wanted to just address some of the pros and cons of Invisalign if you are considering doing it or getting braces of any kind. Obviously I can only speak to Invisalign, and specifically doing Invisalign through Wexford Dental Clinic, who I did my braces with. So the pros would definitely be, obviously it does what it says on the tin. It's pretty much invisible. It's also a pretty easy process. Depending on the issues that you have with your own teeth, it could take longer than it took for me. Frankly, it was supposed to take longer for me than it did. We were all sort of surprised that my teeth shifted as quickly as they did. Again, I can only speak to my own experience, but for me it was relatively painless. I did have week 6 specifically was incredibly painful. And then I had pain here and there, but overall it was really bearable. Another pro is obviously just how beautifully they turned out. So this is entirely from the braces. The only slight cosmetic thing that my dentist did was just file down this tooth here, because when they were all straightened up, because of the way it had grown in, this tooth was kind of crooked, and you can still, if you look very closely, you can see that this tooth is still a little bit crooked. So instead of being straight across here, this tooth kind of hung down in a point here. So Dr. Rebecca just filed that down, but she didn't have to file any of the other teeth. So other than that, it's purely just moving the teeth. It's not any kind of like surgery or anything super painful or invasive like that. And the third pro, I would say, is that whitening is included in the price. So you get, I believe it's 6 or 8 weeks of like a whitening course. I could be wrong. Again, should have looked this up before I started. Totally talking off the top of my head. But I got a whitening course included in the price of my braces. Now, speaking of price, we need to move on to the cons. And the first con, the biggest con, oh dear Lord, it's so expensive. So all in all, when I counted up all of my dentist bills from the consultation up until the very last appointment, it was over 5.5 grand. And just saying that makes me feel ill. That's so much money that I could have used on rent or feeding myself or bills or anything, and it kind of makes my skin crawl thinking about spending that much money on something that was so non-essential. Like, my teeth were not detrimental to my health. This was a purely cosmetic decision, and coming from my own insecurity and vanity, it was not something that like I desperately needed to improve my life. I do think it has improved my life a lot. I feel so much more confident. I smile so much more now that my teeth are fixed. But at the end of the day, this was an elective thing and a cosmetic procedure that I spent a lot of money on. Now, I knew going in that this was going to be expensive. The reason I didn't do it until I was 28 was because I spent the last 4 or 5 years saving to do it. This is something I've been planning on doing for a really long time. And even then, even after all those years of saving, I was really only able to afford it because in addition to my own savings, my dad very kindly gave me some money towards it as well. This is not a feasible thing to do for someone who's low income, if you're a student, anything like that. It's not feasible unless you have a couple of €1,000 spare to spend on it. And so that's a big drawback for a lot of people that prevents a lot of people. It prevented me for years from getting any sort of braces, even a traditional train track brace. You know, I couldn't have afforded years ago. I couldn't really afford this now, to be perfectly honest with you. But, you know, I made it work and it's done now and I'm very happy with the results. So yes, for me personally, I am glad that I did it and I do think it was worth the money. But, you know, at the same time, it's so much money. I definitely wouldn't recommend willy-nilly for people to just go in and do it, especially now when there's a cost of living crisis going on. Oh my god, when I think about that, you know, it was already sort of beginning when I started it, but I'd sort of already committed to doing it, and now even like 6 months later or whatever, looking back going, oh god, I'm still so sick to my stomach that I spent all that money on my teeth. It's definitely, it's the bougiest thing I've ever done. It's the most money I've ever spent on anything, and for it to be something that's essentially a luxury as well, it is just, it's bad. So that is really the biggest con. There are other little things, like for instance, from a medical standpoint, you need to get your teeth checked before you can do this. So as part of my first consultation with Dr. Rebecca, she did a whole x-ray of my head to see whether or not my teeth were suitable for doing this, because everyone's teeth aren't going to be suitable. You need to have, basically what happens is that it kind of shortens your gums, the whole process kind of, well, I mean, you're loosening your teeth. So if you don't have a lot of like basically spare root to work with, because you know your teeth are like this, but actually they go up like that far. So if you don't have a lot to work with, because these essentially shorten the roots a little bit and raise your gums, what happens is that your teeth can become loose and it can lead to tooth loss in later life, which is not something any of us want. So you know, you absolutely have to go with the word of your dentist, and I would be wary if you go into your dentist and they don't make that clear, if they don't do those kinds of checks before starting you off. That's a real red flag for me. That's also why I wouldn't necessarily recommend any of those online kits that do a similar thing to Invisalign and other invisible braces that you can do through your dentist. Yes, they are a lot cheaper, but frankly, when you're messing with your teeth, I felt more comfortable having medical professionals doing that than a random internet company. You know, like off the top of my head, like Smile Direct Club or one of those that, you know, constantly have YouTube ads going. Obviously that works for some people, and I'm not disparaging that company. I've never used that company for anything, but it would certainly make me anxious to be responsible for all of that on my own and not have a dentist checking up on me. Ultimately, I would rather spend more money to have a professional make sure that I am not fucking up my teeth. And the final con is really just that it's a time commitment. Like I said, mine were shockingly quick to get done. But you do have to accept the fact that for minimum 5 or 6 months, you're gonna have a big lump of plastic in your mouth 22 hours a day. And it can be uncomfortable, it can interfere with your speech, it can make it difficult to eat certain things. So you just need to weigh that up when you're going in. Do you want to change your teeth enough to put up with those months of discomfort? And if you don't, then don't do it, and that's absolutely fine. You know, I genuinely don't think it's necessary. I would never, you know, no matter how crooked your teeth are, it's not necessary to straighten them. As long as those teeth aren't doing you any harm or like poking in somewhere they shouldn't be, then it's purely a cosmetic thing whether or not you want to change them. I feel weird in some ways about doing it, because I'm like, oh, why did I let, you know, societal beauty standards make me move my bones around? That's a weird thing that I did, and I spent a lot of money for the privilege. So I in a way I feel weird about that. But on the other hand, I look at myself in the mirror, I see photos of myself, I look at myself in the viewfinder right now, and I look at my teeth, and they make me so incredibly happy and so confident, and I feel really beautiful with the smile that I have now. So yeah, I think if you're considering doing it, definitely weigh up the pros and cons. And if for you the pros outweigh the cons, then absolutely do it. I don't regret having done it. But just make sure that you are going in with your eyes open and just aware of what the process is going to be like. So hopefully this video has been helpful to people who are considering getting braces in the future. If not, sorry, you watched it anyway. It's kind of your problem now. I'm gonna try and get back into the habit of making sort of semi-regular content. I am working on a video about the whole renovation project that's going on in the background here, and that will be up at some point. There might also be some more actory things coming up in the future, which I can talk about. I actually recently filmed something, which is very exciting, and I cannot legally talk about it yet. Saying it that way makes it sound way more impressive than it is. It's not anything like super duper exciting, but it was really fun. I had a really good time. I'm really excited to see myself on TV. So once that is kind of ready to be talked about, I will let you guys know and gush about it. Otherwise, thank you for watching. If you watched this far, if you watched the first like 5 seconds and went, oh my god, this girl's so annoying, I'm not watching the rest of this video, go fuck yourself. I've forgotten how to make videos. I'm so bad at this. Alright, that's enough of that. Bye!